Welcome back at WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We are merging the streams between the WNST sports brand during Baltimore-Washington rivalry week, as well as Baltimore Positive and all the work we've been doing with Don Moeller in education and health and leadership and politics and health, which is this segment. Our friends at Planet Fitness have been working out. They've been working in. I've had Teddy on. Those of you know of my longtime friendship with the Brick family and Victor Brick and Lynne Brick are joining us now. And, and if they didn't have a palm tree behind them in the shot, I would accuse them of being in northern Baltimore County somewhere. But I know they are in parts unknown of Florida. And this is a huge week. And we talk so much about this during our friendship and years and where we are. You guys have moved the John W. Brick 5K and all the events. We've had Wim Hof. COVID's just messed up a whole bunch of stuff. And I know this week is the most important week for everything you're trying to get through. And certainly 6 months into a pandemic, mental health, first and foremost, on a lot of people's minds. And I know it's been on your mind. Victor, Lynne, always good to see you. Welcome in. How's life?
Things are great. Nestor, good to see you. Thanks for having us back on. We always enjoy it. Thanks for everything you do for the community and specifically and for the sports and entertainment world in general, and it's always look forward to being on your show, buddy.
Well, now that we're Zooming, man, I expected you guys to be coated up to ice in here with Wim Hof freezing you guys out and doing all the things you're doing. But, I know that was last year's model. Bring me up to speed, because I know a lot of people at events move. They had things shoved around, and it's easy when we're not all getting together the way we used to get together during Preakness Week. This is Preakness Week, by the way. It's crazy, right? In the middle of October. But for what you guys have done with the foundation, it's so important. And I know it's at the top of your list of everything you do, Victor.
Well, here's the good news and the bad news, and then I'll let Lynne elaborate on the good news. The bad news is we're not having the race this year. We're not having people in person. We're not raising a lot of money in person for John W. Brick Mental Health Foundation and trying to change the way the world treats mental health. The good news is we are having Wim back. Yes. It will be virtual. He will be part of our online fundraising efforts. And if you haven't seen him online, he's almost more amazing online than in person. And he will be joined by a host of other people. I'll let Lynne take it over because this is really her baby. We couldn't do the race on site, so Lynne came up with a great online program to help raise money for the John W. Brick Mental Health Foundation.
Is this going to make me cold, Lynne? I need to know right off the bat.
Absolutely not. It's actually going to hopefully warm your heart. So what we did was create a program called 10-10-20 Move Your Mental Health. And it starts October 1st. And it's basically 10 minutes for 10 days and 20 reasons why people need to move their mental health, such as boost your metabolism, boost your mood, elevate your hormones, build resilience. There's the website there. And you can see, if you continue to scroll down, the 20 reasons why we feel that it's very important to build your mental health and boost your resilience. So we wanted to create 10 different types of movements that will be emailed to folks once they register for the event.
And you'll see that a little further down on the website, correct, Lynne?
Yes. So you'll see
there
are the 10 folks that are presenting something
And there's
different.
Wim. Hope, there's Wim.
Yeah,
I see Wim in the middle here. Here's what I'm thinking. If I do this virtually, maybe I could sit in my hot tub and just pretend that I have ice. You're not going to let me do that, right?
No, he's going to take you through Wim Hof method breathing. It's the Wim Hof method breathing, which is really critical to help shift your hormones and your chemistry in your brain. And it's incredible. Victor, you can actually hold an exhale now for more than 3 minutes.
And my brother can do it for 4. It's incredible what you can do. And basically what you're doing is you're increasing the exchange of oxygen at the cellular level. You're reducing chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation leads to chronic pain. Chronic pain is one of the main causes of a multiplicity of morbidities, not the least of which depression. Yeah. Depression is caused by chronic pain. So,
we've been talking about mental health for a couple years, and I don't want to say it wasn't cool then and it's easier now, or whatever. It's never, this is something that's been affecting people all of our lives, and it's something none of us talked about very much until maybe the era of social media. And now so many people are on the front end of this, but certainly during COVID, I've had many people reach out to me to talk. Cal Ripken came on and talked about mental health with us a couple months ago. Just because, yeah, absolutely, because Michael Phelps talks about it all the time, right? So these superior, incredible athletes are talking about what happens when your things taken away, your life's taken away, your job, business. We've had a lot of people struggling in a lot of ways. I know my wife, and we go back 6 months now to the beginning of this, she'd been talking about doing yoga, and you guys know what a yoga nut I am. And her shoulder was a little messy from after cancer and all things. She started doing yoga. She's doing yoga every single day. I know through Planet Fitness and through Brick Bodies and movement that you guys teach people about, that it's all encompassing for mental health. But Victor, I want you to talk about John W. Brick and what it means for you, and where the 5K became this, and how this thing, even COVID, is morphing this thing to us talking about something new, that once this is over with, you'll get back to running 5. You'll probably do 10Ks when it's all over with, right?
Oh, and more. So here's the situation. They are calling mental health / mental illness this parallel or the second pandemic. And they expect this to last far longer than even the economic crisis. And anytime you take away a people's lifestyle, you put them under stress, you give them economic stress, and you take away the socialization factor, you really mess with their physiology and their psychology in terms of their mental health. And it's one of those situations where, Nestor, Lynn and I have been involved with mental health. As you said, the John W. Brick Genesis started when my brother was dealing with schizophrenia for all these years, and I never saw him put on a fully integrated, well-rounded program that included diet, exercise, healthy lifestyle choices, and psychoanalysis and medication, and at times institutionalization. It was always psychoanalysis, institutionalization, and pharmaceuticals. That was it. So what we're trying to do with the John W. Brick is change the way the world treats mental health and look at mental health as a continuum. And at the top end is things like happiness and well-being. In the middle is mild anxiety and depression. And at the far end is clinically diagnosed illnesses like schizophrenia, like psychosis, like bipolar. And depending on where you are on that continuum, and depending on your psychology, a la life's events, and your physiology, how you process it, certain interventions can be far more effective and can prevent you ever from getting down into that 2s, 3s, and 4s where you need pharmaceuticals and where you need hospitalization. So here's the beautiful thing about the pandemic. While obviously we had wished it would have never occurred because the damage is so severe, at the same time, there's this concept, I'm sure you've heard it, about never waste a crisis. And for the first time, mental health has moved to the front about the main concern of most people. An industry, a business organization that does international surveys called Eurometer did a survey for the health industry, and not the health club industry, the wellness community. And one of their questions in the survey was, what is the main reason you work out? And they asked the 4 main age group populations, the boomers, the Gen Xers, the millennials, and the Gen Zs. All 4, for the first time, all 4 said mental health. Nestor, when we were younger, did anybody work out for their mental health? They worked out to get bigger or to get smaller. Mental health wasn't even an issue. And if you told somebody it was, people thought you were weak. All of a sudden, it's become mainstream. So 1, there's an acceptance for it. And 2, there has never been more of a need. And like you said, these 5Ks could become 10Ks, could become a series of 10Ks. We're working with Ray Lewis in his No Excuses movement. And one of the things he wants to promote is fun bike rides to raise funds for disadvantaged. And we would be the mental health component there. So we could have bike rides nationally and internationally, and it's an international crisis now. Mental health is an international crisis.
Well, we talk about happiness. Go ahead. I was going to say, Lynn, I mean, it's happiness, right? Like part of, I think, you being sort of famous to the Baltimore people and on TV and working out was that there needs to be a glow and a happiness. And I know that that's a countenance that you carry with you publicly where you go. But we go through waves of this. Every one of us knows what happy and sad feels like, right?
Exactly. Well, I was just going to add, this is not just for individuals, it's for companies and corporations in every industry throughout the world. That's the point that Victor's trying to make as well. And this movement and focus on mental well-being has been front and center now because of COVID.
And to your point, one of the reasons we love Wim Hof is not just because he's novel and fun and he kind of gets people's attention. His concept of positive stress is so spot on. So here's what happens. Just like you said, Nestor, we're all in the same boat. And it's not just, don't even think of coronavirus because that's an extreme case, but think of your normal life. You're going great, your dog dies. Guess what? You're down. You're going great and a friend gets sick, or your mother gets sick. Life's events will give you these ups and downs. Do you want to turn around and every time you're feeling bad, somebody give you a pill? You know what's going to happen? The more you do for the body, the less it does for itself. And so next thing you know, you become dependent on whatever it might be. And next thing you know, you're medicated continually. The concept of positive stress.
And addicted to
addicted. And the concept of positive stress is learn interventions like exercise, like meditation, like Qigong, like yoga, like a better diet. I could go on and on and on. That can get you out of these down cycles before they become too deep, before they become what we call the valley of disillusionment, and you can come back. It's called resilience. You know, one of the catchwords today in society, especially in the medical field and in general, is resilience. We want the body to be resilient. You cannot be resilient unless you put the body under stress. You want to build bigger arms, bigger muscles, you got to overload the muscles, they build back up stronger. You want to build a stronger thought process and a stronger mind, you've got to put it under some positive stress. Some of that stress is physical, some of that stress might be medical. Get yourself out of your comfort zone and do things like crossword puzzles and taking a college course and talking philosophy with people that'll challenge you, and you come back stronger. So that's the great thing about Wim Hof, his concept of positive stress, and we're firm believers in that. Before Wim Hof, we didn't hook up with Wim Hof because, hey, that's the answer. We said, this guy is on our wavelength. We didn't hook up with exercise because that was the answer. We knew exercise improves people's quality of life, but it also helps mental health, helps with mental.
We're talking mental health with Victor Brick as well as Lynn Brick. They are live via satellite. I got my Planet Fitness thermal up here, and we're working out. We're working. You guys at Planet Fitness have created a really cool thing with what Teddy does. Lynn, I want to give you a little chance to talk about that because there's a million people leading workouts in different ways and on video and YouTube and home and whatever. At Planet Fitness, the whole idea was to come in and be part of something, and then COVID happens and you guys can't open. But you took right to the web very, very quickly to keep people from finding themselves trapped in their places back in March and April and May.
Exactly. Well, Planet Fitness Corporate created this program called United We Move. And it's a free online through Facebook Live a program that people can engage in and basically get one of our trainers to provide fitness programming for them for free every single day, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. As a matter of fact, that Teddy, who you just saw and you've mentioned a couple times, there he is on the website there. He leads a workout every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And we refer to it as Teddy Tuesday. So he's become quite the brand agent for Planet Fitness. But most important, it's accessible for all people of all fitness levels, all abilities, disabilities. That's the beauty of Planet Fitness. We wanted to create programs for Planet Fitness that were different from all the other stuff that you see people doing, different from Peloton, different from CrossFit, different from any other health club brand. And because we really appeal to beginning level people that are brand new to fitness. with 40 to 50% of our members are brand new members are brand new to fitness.
Well, I think the beginning of your brand was sort of no intimidation, right? Like that,
Exactly.
the word was you can come in here at any level and get what you need, which is to get healthier, literally, and to feel better, right?
Correctly. Judgment free. Exactly.
And just to clarify, Planet Fitness is a franchise, and we are franchisee. Teddy is our fitness director, but he is the poster child for Planet Fitness Corporate now.
Correct.
Partly because of Lynne's tutelage and also our emphasis in our group on exercise and movement and coaching.
One more great thing Baltimore can export to the rest of the world, right, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Tell everybody one more time on JW Brick and what happened with the 5K, what folks can be doing here during the early part of October. I know it used to be directed at Johnny Unitas and all of your work over at Towson. We're doing this virtually right now. Give everybody sort of soup to nuts if they just came in on this, how they can be involved to be supportive of what you're doing, Victor.
Exactly. Thank you. It's the 10-10-20 Move Your Mental Health, # Move Your Mental Health event that starts October 1st through October 10th. You can register today. And the registration is just $10. And what you'll do is you'll get an email sent to you every morning, and it will have 10 minutes of a different movement you can do anytime during the day. Once you've completed the movement, you'll get basically, you've done it. Congratulations, you did today's movement. And we're asking folks to complete a survey on how they're feeling today from a mental health perspective and physical perspective before they start. And then it ends on, believe it or not, Global Mental Health Day, which is October 10th. That's why it's the 10-10-20, October 1 through October 10, ending on Global Mental Health Day. And then folks will complete another survey at the end. And folks that complete both surveys will have an opportunity to win an Apple Watch.
Well, I'm going to feel better on October 10th because the Ravens are going to win this week because they're playing the former Washington football team, right? I know what Raven fans you guys are, and I know Monday Night Football, and I've talked so much this week about business in Baltimore and walking through the city on a Monday night where no one was out, and these lost opportunities that we've had. But the Ravens, maybe as much as working out or working or anything we've done, has brought a little bit of normalcy for a couple of weeks where we've managed to all get together. I know it was a little bit of a disappointing outcome.
It was for sure, but at the same time, like you said, sports is a part of American lexicon, our way of life and culture. And the Ravens is part of the Baltimore culture. And win, lose, or draw. I mean, we were Colt fans back in their heyday, and then we were with them when they weren't very good. And then the Ravens came in, and they weren't very good, and then they got great, and they're great again. Win, lose, or draw. You got to back your home team. I was on a Zoom call today with a guy from Cleveland, proudly wearing his Cleveland hat. I mean, I think there's only a couple of teams, old NFL teams that haven't gone to the Super Bowl. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cleveland's one of them, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah. But he's not giving up on Cleveland. We got a team that's going to rival for the Super Bowl. And I like the opportunity sometimes to be the one that has to change your game instead of the one that's winning all the time and not change the game. If you recall, one of the few times New England lost in the playoffs and they were favorite was when they were 18-0 or 20-0 or whatever they were. I mean, why are you going to change anything when you're roaring through people like ran through Richmond? So there's always a positive, and there's a lot of season left. It's exciting.
Well, yeah, and at least we know where we are, and we can measure ourselves against Washington one more time. The Baltimore Washington, I got to be careful because you guys have clubs down in D.C. too, because I've used the parking lot down there to go to the football games and to the U2 concert, and the Rolling Stones. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for all you guys do. I hope you guys get back up here sometime soon. I hope we can get back to some normal things and running into you at Ravens games,
Here you go. We told you earlier we're coming up for the Preakness this Saturday because we happen to be part of the ownership group that owns Authentic, the favorite. And here's a bit of trivia. In 1972 or 73, I forget which, I worked as a security guard when the great Secretariat ran and won, and he won his Triple Crown. I was working for $3.50 an hour. And now Lynne and I are coming back as part of the ownership group of the favorite.
You get a picture with Secretariat? Everybody got to get a picture with that horse,
yeah,
right?
I should have. And I'll tell you what, I worked the outside. I could tell you a hilarious story about how I ended up working it, but to make a long story short, I was on the outside of the rail on the infield. I was supposed to hold the crowd back. That was back before they had fences.
Good luck to that, right? You did a great job.
That horse ran 10 feet from me, and it was like a train had come by. It almost blew me off my feet. I'm telling you, it was something else. I'll never forget that.
Power of the horses. The Preakness this week, Victor Brick, Lynn Brick, Brick Bodies, Planet Fitness, and of course, the John W. Brick Foundation. You can learn more about all that they're doing. I'm going to pull the website back up one more time. You can find us at johnwbrickfoundation.org. You can also find it through all the things that they're doing. Give me that the website again. It's Move Your Mental Health, correct?
Well, that's the hashtag mentalhealthmovement.com.
Mentalhealthmovement.com. I'm looking it up, and it redirects me right to the John. There you go, right there. Move Your Mental Health is the hashtag. 10 minutes, 10 days, 20 reasons why. All of the information up. It's only $10 and 20 reasons why you're going to feel better if you move your mental health. And I'm trying to stay mentally healthy here and trying to keep everybody feeling good around here. It's so good to be with you guys and visit with you. I feel a little piece of your palm tree behind you, and you make me want to drop and do push-ups right now, Lynn. See you guys later.
We'll be doing them later.
You got it. John W. Brick Foundation and our friends at Planet Fitness and Brick Bodies joining us here. You can find all of our work out in the buy at Toyota.com, audio vault 24 hours a day as we merge WNST.net and Baltimore Positive all into one place. We've got a new logo with a little crab on it. I think you'll like that. Go to BaltimorePositive.com. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking your mental health and Baltimore Positive.